Hello, I'm third grade ELT student in Fırat University, Ebru Alptekin, and today I will present you the topic about pragmatics. Let's imagine that we come home in wet clothes and our brother or sister asks, "Is it raining?" Yeah, when we say, "Great job, Sherlock," we will probably be sarcastic about this question rather than giving an explanation or a reply to our sister or brother, because of course it's when we see my clothes or when we hear the sound of rain outside, of course it's raining. That's why I say Sherlock from Sherlock Holmes, Sometimes we don't just look at words or sentences for meaning. We also look at the context. The area of linguistics that puts meaning into context is called pragmatics. Also, we can say that it is the study of invisible meaning. There are some very common words in English that can't be interpreted at all if we don't know the context. These are words such as here, there, this or that, he or she, yesterday, tomorrow, today, we, they, etc. We use deixis to point to people such as us, them, those, clever ones, and we call this group as person deixis. In order to point to places like here, over there, under the bed, behind me, etc., we call this group as spatial deixis. In order to point to time, like now, yesterday, last week, next year, etc., we call this group as temporal deixis. And I want to give some example in pragmatic in some sentences. For example, if you say, I can't eat that soup, like this, like in this manner, that here is a type of spatial deixis, and we are sure that the soup is exactly in front of us and on the table, close to us, but we use that, not this, instead of this, because probably we don't like the soup and we regret to eat it. So we make it more far away from us. Or let's say we gave a nickname to our neighborhood as Mr. Kawasaki, let's say. And when I say to my mother, for example, Mr. Kawasaki passes every day at 8 o'clock in the morning, she understands that the guy with, or the woman with Kawasaki motorbike, with Kawasaki band motorbike, passes every day at 8 o'clock. I say Mr. Kawasaki because I don't know the name, but my mother, who I speak, the listener and the speaker knows the same person. Or, for example, in a restaurant, the waiter or waitress asks the other that, where is the spinach salad sitting? Here, spinach salad is, of course, not salad. It's the person who requests for the salad. Or another thing, as an ELT student, when I'm asking my friend, can I borrow your Chomsky? It's not the writer, the English philosopher Noam Chomsky. Of course, it's not the person, it's the book of Noam Chomsky I want to borrow. These are examples of inference in pragmatics. In referential relationship, also anaphora is used, which is the use of a word referring to or replacing a word used earlier in a sentence in order to avoid repetition. For example, in the sentence, I saw rabbit running, then it disappeared. Here, it refers the rabbit in the former sentence. We call the rabbit in first sentence as antecedent and it in the second sentence as anaphora. And another pattern is cataphora, which reverses the antecedent anaphora relationship by beginning with a pronoun. For example, if you want some, the coffee. If you want some, there is coffee in the pot. If you want some, somewhat. Some is here, some is here, something. If you want some, it's not clear, but after that, in the second sentence, there is coffee in the pot. So, if you want some coffee, the speaker means, then we can understand that. And the other, we design our linguistic messages on the basis of large-scale assumptions about what the listeners already know. There are 4 main assumptions that pragmatics talk about when it comes to communication. These are quantity, quality, relevance, and manner. For example, when we ask somebody that when will she stop smoking, it means we assume that the listener already know her and her smoking habit. Lastly, there are some pragmatic markers like, well, you know, I mean, like this. And recently also, I don't know structure phrase has been used as pragmatic marker. After this phrase, after I don't know, the speaker makes his or her intention clear. While making these rhetoric inferences or asking something, the main purpose in pragmatics is politeness or making some joke, making more enjoyable the sentence. We prefer to ask as we prefer asking something instead of ordering. For example, we don't say close the door, close the window. Instead of we say, can you close the door? It is not about the capability or it is not a real question requiring answer. It's requiring an action more. This concludes my presentation about pragmatics. Thank you.